Welcome to the Story Howler, and I am your host, the Night Wolf. And this is the introduction to what I'm hoping will be a new weekly segment on my channel. My idea here is to discuss what, as a fan, because obviously as a fan I know better than Hollywood, what I would do if I was put in charge of certain IPs and allowed to make movies. And I say that kind of as a joke, but at the same time, with what Hollywood has been doing lately, might not be a bad idea to start actually hiring fans to work on projects instead of, people who hate the IPs. Over the years, we've had many attempts at doing cinematic universes. One of the earliest ones would probably be considered the Universal Monsters movies back in the 50s, where you had Frankenstein, Dracula, and Wolfman, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon, which, by the way, is one of my personal favorites of those old movies, where they didn't necessarily originally set out to make a universe out of that. It just kind of happened because, it was probably something to the effect of, hey, we have a Frankenstein costume and we've got a werewolf costume. Let's go ahead and do Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. Or, in more modern times, we of course have the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which originally started out as a couple of single movies that they previewed potential other ones at the end, but didn't necessarily mean it was going to happen. And that worked out kind of well because you got a chance to build up characters before bringing them all together and introducing new characters. But then we get something like the DCEU, where it kind of fell apart quickly when they tried to introduce everybody at one time. And as a fan, you have a few different choices of what you can do if you have ideas, right? You can sit there and just think about it and never do anything with it. You can sit there and talk to your friends and have long conversations about what you would do or what you'd like to see. You can also write fan fictions, which I have done a lot in the past, but there's a lot more detail work in that, and I'm too lazy right now to do that kind of detail work. Or I'm going to take this option where I'm going to talk about the kind of things that I think should have been done or could be done for something. And I will give outlines. My hope is to kind of detail key scenes that come to my head while explaining why certain things are being done in my mind for this. This is something I've been kind of thinking about doing for a while, but I've never been sure what to do as the video in the background. I know a lot of people, when they do mostly audio discussions, do like to play video games. And I might do some of that too, but I was thinking, why don't I do some of the building for Legos or Mega Blocks and even model kits. Currently I am cheating with this one, as this is actually a video that I'd already done and even have posted as a Let's Build video. But I think what I will be doing is discussing the ideas I have for a Hasbro cinematic universe, and the first model kit I will work on with that is going to be the Fumina Hoshino from Gundam Build Fighters. I've already got that one built, and geez, that was a pain in the butt to record. But actually, I might go ahead and split that between the first two videos. But anyway, the first video I want to talk about doing for the Hasbro Cinematic Universe will be a G.I. Joe related film that will simply be called The Commander. Perhaps with the subtitle Cobra Rises underneath it, since they already used The Rise of Cobra on a movie that was not particularly good, if I'm being honest, but was still entertaining enough to watch. And in the end, what I'm really hoping for is that you guys will enjoy what I talk about here, and that you won't get too mad, but maybe we can have discussions about some of these things. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace and love. By the way, as a side note, I do most of my stuff off the cuff. I don't really script anything, even if I've been thinking about it for a while. And it has driven me absolutely crazy trying to do this voiceover right here by itself. So, yeah, this should be fun. I might go insane doing it. Love y'all.